I'm going to show you this. On import, it looked like this. Global, we did a white balance. We did a basic overall exposure. And you can see the white balance changed drastically from daylight, which is 51 plus 17, to 2800, which is, you know, when I get to those places, if someone says, oh, geez, was it a 3200 degree Kelvin light? You know, was it 30? Was it 28? So I guess when I started looking at this, I said, well, let me just add a little magenta to this. And then I said, boy, but this easel, see, and this went beyond the global and beyond the selective. Then I'm saying, you know, this background is much too bright. And I'm not sure if just the background here needs to be. So watch what I did here. When I went here, this would be expressive because even though it's a brush and it was a selected tool, I'm starting to watch things go over here and then I'm over here. And when I do that, I say, but now behind his head is too light. So all I did was just add a little bit to this mask and came down there. And it kind of makes you stand out a little bit when we do this. Yeah. Yeah. And then this was a little too bright. I'm thinking I'm going here. This was too bright. And then I think the white paper got a little too bright for me, and I took the white paper down. So, and I want you to see what I do here. Look, I made it soft, as if it was out of focus. Because it's a selective brush, that's where it was. That's the depth of field. That's back there. If I wanted to lower this, I'm going to just put another brush here. So I'll tend to do this. If this is in the background, I may always turn on your brush because you start to see things here. All right. And if I'm looking, I could tell if I started, look at this didn't look right to me because it wasn't as dark. It was set at 57%. That looks normal to me. So if I was to just take this down, although I don't need it, but I'm going to show you. Usually I do this in background things, that's what I did over here. Once I see it, make yourself a rough mask. Don't go crazy because the effect may not work. But if I do this, if I want to lower the contrast so it takes it away from the viewer's eye, there's no point of contrast. It gets lighter, but I could take this down. I could take a little saturation. You know, I could take a little saturation to keep it away from the viewer's eye. And I'm going to go back down here. And I'm going to take the highlights probably down a little. And you can see, if this was in your background here, how you could say, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do it all over here too. And paint it around the subject. And then, you know, you stand out. And if you do something like this, and you say, well, I think I need a little of the saturation back. Remember, this I sometimes forget to talk about, this little turn down. Oh. This closes the whole menus down, and now you could take back the effect, and it is relative. All those things are moving relatively. So if you say, I got what I want, but now I just need to take the whole thing down a little, you can go right back, close this up, and you're moving all the sliders at once. Anybody do that? I don't do this very
So this is like a master switch then?
Absolutely. You shut them all up and say, I have the relationship, just go for it. Then you can go back here, open it up and say, yeah, but I need to get this saturation back a little less. So again, when you start going through phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, you're getting steep in the image.